Hi, welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. You know, we got a veteran here, engineer here, Jim Beers. I mean, he's been with the organization a long time. And what I want to do is just discuss some hot items that's going on in. You know, the hottest item is the turkey. And then the next hottest item will be Santa Claus. Jim, tell us a little bit about the things like you're wearing that shirt now. What is that supposed to represent? Are you
This
a
is a
homer?
basketball with the Washington Monument.
And that team is doing well. So
Very
far.
well. It's got me happy.
It got you happy, okay.
Yeah, the Washington Wizards, man.
Well, the Wizards.
Excellent basketball team.
But they're not champions.
They're not champions, man. I blame LeBron James. But if it weren't for LeBron, we would be representing the East in the finals.
Oh, wow.
Boston, I don't know.
Well, I mean, LeBron got to look out for himself. He has to get his money now.
Yeah.
He stubbed his toe, and they'll send him to the bench.
LeBron is greedy, man.
Huh?
He wants everything.
Yes, why?
You know.
I mean, you have to want everything. Because,
well, I guess you got to be ambitious.
Yeah, he's in business. That's basically it. But see, what's one of the problems that the Wizards have is that they have 2 point guards and they don't have
they just
a
have
center.
2 point guards.
I know.
They need a big name at center.
They don't
need
have
a big
a center.
name at center. I would have loved it if we got Paul George.
Yeah. Well, Paul George, I mean, but it's no incentive. You have to have incentive to come somewhere, you know. That's it with James and all the rest of those guys. They have incentive. They want to be known as champions before their career's over. And see,
Well,
you can't think in terms of that.
You want to be able to show the potential of having a championship. You want to show championship potential. I think we have championship potential. We need one more big name there.
No, they need a center.
Yeah.
Hey, see,
I mean, I'm talking about a big name center.
Two guards.
Somebody that has an impressive resume.
2 guards you can't carry a team. You got to have a big man in there.
They tried it already. It hasn't worked.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
See, those are not. Tell me some of the things you've been doing since you've been away from the station here. Tell us some of the things you're going to do in the future.
I've kept my nose in the artistic realm.
When you say artistic, is that an actor or a commentator
music.
or what?
Music. I've been writing.
Music?
I've been writing and rehearsing my own music.
Oh, of your own music, and what kind is that?
Well, I mean, this is a young
I know.
a young man's music, hip hop.
Hip hop, okay.
Yeah.
Well, hip hop is in.
It is.
And that's what you have to do. You got the market of hip hop is in, whether you like it or not.
I do it for fun. I enjoy it. I've been a fan of hip hop since elementary school. I like everybody from '90s hip hop to modern day hip hop.
Name some of your famous.
I guess '90s. I like Wu-Tang Clan. I like Tupac, Biggie. I think everybody likes Tupac and Biggie. But I really like Wu-Tang Clan, Snoop Dogg, and DMX.
Yeah, those are your favorites, huh?
Those are personal favorites of mine that will.
Well, are you doing any teaching along the lines of that hip hop with young?
No.
Or are you just trying to do yourself?
With my music, I'm keeping all the information to myself.
Oh, I see. That's going to be the secret.
Yes, because you want to have your own style of you want to have your own style out there in music. But that's just for fun.
I know, but what you have to do, you have to do something for money.
I mean, that's hard. That's hard to accomplish.
Yeah, you know, in hip hop, you know what I mean. You gotta have a hit.
Yeah.
Right. You got to get a hit. And with the,
you got to know what people like out there.
Yeah, okay, you got to, and it changes from generation to generation.
It does.
And that's the case. I said 10, 20 years, it'll be something else.
There will be another genre of music that'll come out maybe within the next couple of decades that'll like take off.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I'm saying. So you got to prepare, you got to be flexible.
You do.
That's what I'm saying.
You
is
do.
that you can't get in?
Well, you don't have to be flexible. If you're in it for the money, then you have to be flexible.
Right.
But if you're in it just for the art,
that's what you're in it for, the money, right?
I'm in it just for the fun of it.
You're in for the fun of it.
I mean, some people have what they call artistic integrity.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's some people that are just in it for the money. So they'll change their style however the record label wants it to be.
Okay. Well, how is the industry changing as far as hip hop concerned and the
I think a lot of
telephone industry? Here we got another phone coming out, costs $1,000. You know, where a person.
Well, a lot of people are streaming a lot more. You know, streaming. They used to be done. I mean, it's still being done illegally, but you can do it.
Yeah.
Like for example, I have Apple Music. I pay $10 a month, and I get to stream as much music as I can. Listen to music without purchasing it. And they set it up, the RIAA, recording, I don't remember what it is. I don't remember what the RIAA stands for. But they set it up so that streaming is also included in whether a song, a single, or an album can go gold or platinum or diamond. So they now added streaming as a part of streaming affects the music sales now.
So explain
along with actually
explain streaming.
Streaming is listening to something without purchasing it, or you know, it's like attached to the internet.
Okay, and without paying for it. That's basically what you're saying. Because how could they make money?
Well, on music, on Apple Music, you go to a streaming service. You got to pay to have a membership to a streaming service. The streaming services I know that are the most popular is Apple Music, Spotify, or Pandora. If you have an account with one of those three companies, those three sites, then you can stream all the music you want on their page.
Is that?
I mean, like you pay a certain amount a month, and you can stream as much as you want.
Right.
Just listen, as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection.
Okay, and who sells the Wi-Fi connection?
Comcast, I guess. I don't know.
Right. Okay, so
I'm still learning some of this.
Yeah, well, basically they control it then if they're selling it.
I'm still learning some of this. I mean, I'm a millennial, so I picked up on a lot of it easily. I guess my excuse. I'm a millennial.
That your excuse. Well, what about a partnership? Getting along with a group or something like that, wouldn't that be more to your advantage than a single?
You're talking about like a group?
Yeah, a group, yeah.
It's either one. Either one works.
Huh?
Either one works. What are you talking about, me?
No, I'm saying getting a group, and then that's where a lot of.
It depends on your personality, whether you gel with a group or whether you gel best by yourself.
Right. So. How do you figure, okay, of all the ones that have been successful, which ones you think is the easiest way to accomplish your goal?
Well, there's more money in it. If you want to go in it for the money, there's more money if you go single, and if you do it independently. They have they have one thing out there nowadays that I don't know exactly how it works, but it's called a 360 deal, and it basically you don't get all, if you own your, I know you're not the only one getting paid from the music. They give you an advance. A record label gives you an advance. Well,
tell me this: what good is copyright if you can do all those things
you want to copyright your work,
right?
Especially, I write my own work, and I copyright it. Because somebody could easily hear it on the internet,
right, and
say they wrote it. My copyright shows that this was in my hands before anybody else. At a certain time. Yeah, at a certain time.
Well, how do you prove that in court?
In court. One thing I do is called a poor man's copyright. You know, you
What?
mail it to yourself. And you don't open it unless you have to go to court.
Oh, you don't. Explain that to the people again. Now, you don't open it unless you go.
You just mail it. You take your piece of work and you mail it on a CD. Mm-hmm. I mean, you put it on a CD. What am I saying? You put it on a CD. And you mail the CD to yourself, and you don't have to open it unless you go to
court.
Court, yeah. Unless you have to prove that it's your work.
Well, that's the best way to prove it. That you find. If you is copyrighted, send it to yourself on a DVD, and then.
Well, DVD. No, if it's music, you want it on a CD.
Oh, you want a CD? Yeah. Okay. All right. And then after that, you registered in the local government, or the state government, or the federal government. How did that work?
The federal government? What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, people that are responsible for copyright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean talking about
copyright.gov?
Yeah, copyright.gov. What the man in the back said.
Copyright.
The man whose name shall not be mentioned.
I know.
Unless he wants to. Unless
I know you have to do that. Yeah, and you have to have some agency to represent you.
You mean like a manager?
Yeah, you have to have a legal.
I know somebody that wants to be a manager and is trying to manage me and like a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Well,
the manager needs to know what to do. I think if you're going to have somebody as a manager, you need to know what the manager's job is.
Who writes his job description, you or the manager?
What do you mean?
Who determines his job description, what he's going to do, what percentage of the profit he's going to get, and what protection you have against him from stealing your work?
I mean, you got. I think if he's going to be a manager, you got to be able to trust him first.
Okay.
You got to be able to. I mean, you can't just go walk up. You can't just like. You got to make sure you can trust the person if you're going to hire that person as your manager.
Well, how do you do that?
You got to have a good judgment of that.
Good judgment of the character of the individual.
Judgment.
Well, does the individual have to have any academic?
If they have a resume, if they show like work.
They have any academic credentials to make them.
Yeah, a resume showing that they have. When I say resume, it doesn't have to be like a piece of paper. Just like see what they've done for other people. Or if they show a display of their knowledge of the industry.
And they do that by showing what they have accomplished. In other words, show you that hey,
or what
look,
they're capable of accomplishing.
Yeah, or some of their clients.
Yeah, one person I know was in a studio with Kanye West. Because she is originally from the same place Kanye West is from. She wouldn't expect him to know her, to remember her. Because Kanye West has worked with a lot of people. You know?
Well,
but she got that experience.
Well, that experience is the thing that you have to get. Working with a group of individuals that have a reputation of being successful.
I think one thing I got nailed down is the quality of my work. I just got to be around. This guy have experience working with big names, but I think I got the quality of my work. Quality is really good, really good.
Well, I mean, quality of your work, you're going to be prejudiced to a certain extent. Figure that your work is number one, and
well, I mean, you have to have confidence.
Need somebody to guide you.
Yeah, having a team works. A team like a manager, a road manager for when you're touring and stuff. I'm just learning about this stuff. Well,
what about an educational background? Do you have to have a musical educational background.
It doesn't have to be a college degree, but it can be a musical background of some sort.
What are some of the finest places that you can gain experience? And it's Juilliard.
Sadly, there's some musicians that are in the industry because they know somebody.
Well, that's everywhere. That's in any field. You get you contacts is the key to, but usually your contact in the music industry would be someone that has been successful and want to take a chance on you.
Yeah. Also, that's less powerful now because the internet has made it, the internet is helping people that don't have the connections.
Right.
The internet is helping people that don't have the connections get better exposure nowadays.
But the idea is that you find the larger corporations, they have a tendency to dominate the industry.
You don't have to be signed to a major label.
Huh?
You don't have to be signed to a major label.
Oh.
You know who Chance the Rapper is? He's not signed to a major label. Guess what he did last year?
Yeah, but what percentage of people in that category? Not many.
It's getting bigger.
It's getting bigger, but it's not many. Because, for instance, introduction, television is a good example.
Here's the thing. People that are in that category, they make more money.
Right.
Because if you're signed to a major label, they're taking some of that money you're getting, or that you're making with your work.
Right.
Yeah.
But they guarantee you success.
Not
to a certain extent.
They don't guarantee you
to a certain extent. Exposure. Because the key.
Yeah, they guarantee you exposure.
Okay, the key to your industry is exposure.
You got to be marketed right.
You're right. Okay, so you get someone that has a PhD in marketing.
That works. That helps.
I'm just saying, I'm thinking in terms of credentials. Young people out there, they wonder why some people are successful and some are not. It's because the quality of individuals you surround yourself with, as far as
surround yourself
contact.
with the right team.
Right. So you would say, well, what about individuals just want to enjoy themselves, like you were saying, you're in it not for the money, but satisfaction.
Do what you want to do with your music. You know, if you're in it just to get the adrenaline rush of being on stage, because, you know, just do that. You know, you don't have to have you don't have to be on TV or on the radio or anything.
Well, what's the best avenue? You spoke of TV and radio. What is the best advertising tool that in hip hop? Would you go to these small clubs? Go to the hotels?
Depends on what level you're on.
Go to the.
If you're just getting started, you probably want to go to venues and stuff, and you probably want to put your stuff on YouTube and SoundCloud.
And that's free, right?
YouTube, from what I'm aware, is free.
It used to be. I don't know what it is now.
If you have a YouTube account.
Yeah. Well, everyone has a tendency to utilize the free exposure that they get from these different electronic improvements that are being made.
And you want, if you can,
just like Google.
If you can, you want to be able to get your music on the main streaming sites. In my opinion, being Apple Music, Pandora, and what's the other one? The name is escaping me right now. Yeah, Spotify.
What about SoundCloud?
SoundCloud is, I think, I have a theory that people are like worried about SoundCloud. People think SoundCloud almost went out of business a while ago.
Why?
It got shut down because people were putting copyrighted work on there that's
Yeah.
not theirs, and SoundCloud was getting.
But nobody screens that industry. The copyright.
SoundCloud was getting sued the bejesus out.
Yeah,
Of.
but no one actually, as far as the copyright industry, there's no one out there is trying to make it a real thing. You find more people trying to steal, copyright something that someone else has started.
That is unfortunate, man. That some people want to take the easy way out and steal somebody else's work.
Right.
There's people that have done that and that have become a household name.
Yeah.
I won't say who.
Right.
You
But the industry has no way of checking that out.
It's up to the internet to expose them.
Up to who?
For stealing other people's work. And the internet has done that for some artists. Yeah. There was an artist from Seat Pleasant, Maryland, not that far from here. And his work was copied by a big name who I won't say who. But he said on social media that his music was being stolen by this big name. And now people went to his music, and now he's blowing up because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, that's just about every industry you have that problem. Even in the what do you call it, the corporations right now, the advances that are being made in the electronic industry are controlled about 3 or 4 different corporations. Just like the idea of Amazon and others similar to Amazon are doing the same thing. But they're coming in, how do they coming in to attract people like you at a cut rate price. And then they benefit when they sign you by a percentage of your profit on their label.
How do they do that?
Huh?
How do they do that?
How do they do it? They do it. Yeah, Amazon, look how Amazon has dominated the industry, corporate industry.
No, Amazon is going after, Amazon is definitely powerful.
Yeah, okay. And in another organization that really was associated in Prince George County, and there's Comcast. You remember when the county exec
I remember when Comcast used to be called Jones Communication.
Jones Communications, right? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But now they
that started in PG County?
Well, the county exec, I think it was Winnie Kelly was involved with the industry at that time, and they our corporation changed the name. They changed the name to Comcast or Jones Communications.
Yeah, from Jones Communications.
From Jones Communications, and now they're one of the top. They were one of the top corporations in the industry. And the only way that you can get into that system is that you know somebody. Yeah,
or you can be an entrepreneur and eventually compete with them. Mm-hmm. But that's a long shot.
That's a long shot because most of the corporation, I would say 3% of the corporations control most of the industry in this country.
That's true.
Whatever.
I think the 3 big record labels that are owning the 3 big record labels I'm aware of. The big 3 is Universal, Sony, and Warner. Every other record label is linked to one of those 3 names. In
some kind of way.
Yes.
Because what happened is that those corporations, they change their name. They don't come out with Warner and Comcast or
those
whatever.
Those 3 big names have several smaller record labels
Right.
under their name.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and directly, you know, I mean, you would know it because they don't advertise it that way.
They don't.
No. See, so there's no way that a young person is trying to get into the industry and they want to make the contacts.
A young person just wants to be seen and stuff.
Yeah, well, eventually they thinking in terms of being funded for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and associated with it. That's the corporations. That's just the way the corporations work. Is as far as control. You know, you just like people were. Google was really very popular. You know, and then Google.
Oh, Google.
Google.
Okay.
And then what happened is that Amazon and some of the others, you know, they found out that information was one of the greatest things that people lack. You know what I mean? And Google was become very successful.
Information, they lacked information. What is this, Illuminati?
Well, that's it.
I mean,
so,
information can get you places.
Well, what do you think? We're going to close this down now. What do you think?
We're going to close this down when I talked up about an Illuminati? As soon as I say Illuminati, we got to close the show.
No, we got 3 minutes, and I
said Illuminati at the perfect time, man.
Yeah, well, I just want to get some information for other people that are watching the show concerning getting involved in the industry and what they face.
Well, I hope I helped out with any information I gave. I want to suggest look into it on, you know, whatever you want to learn, type in a question on YouTube or on the search engine and see what you come up with.
You said search engines, that's Google.
Yeah, Google's a search engine,
right.
Or Bing.
So what are the two major search engines? As far as
I like Bing a lot.
As far as
there's
legitimate information.
Is Yahoo a search engine? Tom, is Yahoo a search engine?
Yeah.
Okay. Isn't it also an email?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's Yahoo, Google, and Bing. I can't think of any other ones.
But the big boy in there is Google.
Google is all over the place.
Yes, right. And so actually if a young person wants to get involved in it, I think a way that in just about every industry, people don't think in terms of it, but getting stock in these different electronic
digital, there's a lot of money. There's a lot of money in the digital realm right now. The digital company. Because
it leads to advancement in electronics. And electronics leads to another force in the educational force, because a lot of the youngsters, you talk about the ABCs, they know about the electronic industry better than the ABCs.
The digital age is a good time to make money off of things digital.
Right. Okay. Okay, then you've been talking to a young man here. He's a product. He's a product of our organization here. Engineer. He's getting into the music world, and so we want to wish you a lot of luck there. And anything we can do here on local level, let us know. This has been Ed Brown. Don't forget, hey, the holidays just started. Old St. Nick will be here soon. See you next time.